Hey, man. Hey, lovies. This is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are doing great. Happy Monday. And happy full moon. Strawberry moon. I said cherry moon. Strawberry moon in Capricorn. I hope that you guys have been having a great day so far, and the work week is off to a good start. I also hope you guys had a nice weekend. Ren, can you please stop messing with the wire? Stop. Um, but yeah. If you're new to the channel, as you guys kind of start trickling in, Ren, leave the cord alone. Stop. That's my cat. Sorry, guys. She loves playing with stuff that's like strings, and she's like playing like this typical cat, right? Like, I'm like, leave the damn string alone, or the cord alone. But anyway, hey girl, hey, what's up, my love? Got my Sobi in the building. Check my girl out. The Phoenix Priestess. Check my girl out. Um, but yeah, like I have to burp. Trying to get something out. Yes. But anywho, yes. If you guys vibe with the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate the support. And if you guys enjoy the reading, also just, yeah, all those things, right? Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you've been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back, and thank you for the continued support. Like my girl Allie from the Phoenix Priestess, check her out. Like I said before, love my girl. So with all that said, guys, again, this reading is going to be a collective message, and this is going to be about the energy surrounding the strawberry moon, the full moon in Capricorn. And yes, so cut the shit. What are you doing? But yes, anywho. Sorry, y'all gonna keep hearing me talking to my cat because she's doing some strange things right now. Stop, Ren. She was sleeping just a moment ago. It's like every time I'm about to go live, this is when she starts doing stuff that I'm like, dude, stop. I know you didn't just hiss at me. You don't hiss. You're in my space. You got the damn whole rest of the house. Cut it out. She looked at me like, yeah, exactly. Anyway, sorry guys. Let's get back to business. Alright, so this is going to be that reading for, like I said, the strawberry moon, full moon in Capricorn. And yeah, so that energy usually is talking about getting realigned with our purpose, right? Reevaluating our goals and things of that nature. So I'm definitely getting heavy. Hey Bookie, what's up, girl? Hey, girl, hey. Check out my girl, Intuitive Interactions. Like I said, her and my girl, the Phoenix Priestess, check them out. Hey, Stefan, how are you? So yeah, this is usually about, like I said, realigning with our goals and reevaluating them, right? So I'm definitely getting heavy career-driven stuff for this one already. So I have some pre-selected decks over here that I felt very drawn to. We're just going to kind of go from there and see what Spirit has to say, and what you guys need to know at this time about, what it is that you're releasing so that you can welcome in the new things that are coming in. Yeah. So let's just see what's going on with y'all. All right, Spirit. Let's start with the moonology, because it's just, it just feels like the right thing to do. We're talking about, moon cycles and phases. So we're going to get started. Spirit, want to let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Clearest and most accurate messages, please, and thank you. Split the deck, see what we got. We have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. And we also have communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So talking business is what I'm getting. Talking business, I like it. Really sitting down and planning things out is what I'm picking up on. And maybe talk. I heard the word advisor. There could be like an advisor or something like that you're being called to maybe talk to. I'm getting financial advisor, career advisor, career coach. Interesting, I heard that. Mentorship. hearing a few different things. So let me know if any of that resonates so far. You know, being in the right space with the right people, right? And being able to bounce ideas off of each other and getting networking. Bottom of the deck, when I finish shuffling, we have surrender to the divine, full moon. Yeah. Surrendering control a little bit, right? Sometimes we try to control the narrative just a little bit too much, and you know, spirit is trying to guide us. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. We just had a blue moon not too long ago. Certain opportunities only present themselves every once in a while, so make sure that you're allowing for, you know, source to be the one to help guide you and navigate you along the way. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. I like it. Be confident in your yourself and your abilities to be able to attract what it is that you're hoping to receive. Picking up on something like that. All right. So we're gonna get like maybe 4 cards from here to start, and then we're gonna keep going from there. Oh, for those of you who are new to the channel, you might hear the such a black thing, right? No, let me stop. You might hear the smoke detector, but you know, those of you, you know, if you know, you know. Hold on 1 second, friends. What was I gonna say? If you know, you know. I change the batteries out all the time, and it doesn't matter. They go out and start doing that shit, just like a little circle. Like that one goes off, that one goes off, that one goes off, that one goes off. So it's like it doesn't matter. It's so funny. And I just saw like the funniest video on Facebook earlier. Was it's a guy, right? It's like one of those animated ones, and you know he's getting a call back from like a recruiter or whatever about his application and stuff and his interview, and or setting up an interview. They're like, we're thinking about offering you the position, but we noticed that you didn't select your race. And then it's like it all kind of goes downhill from there. So the dude, he's like try to give like what would be the equivalent of white answers. What kind of genre of music do you like? Oh, I listen to a little bit of everything. I listen to a little country. I listen to classical. I listen to, like, you know what I mean? And then when he said hip hop, they were like, "Who's your favorite hip hop artist?" And then he said Eminem. They were like, "It's not Tupac or Biggie." That shit was so funny. Had me rolling. And then they asked him a few other like probing questions to see like what he might be. And you know he's got like the, you know, he's doing like some code switching. You can tell like by the like the voice or whatever. And then at the end, like they're like, "Wow, everything's looking really great." And then all of a sudden, the fucking smoke detector goes off. And then they said, "We're gonna have to decline this offer." It was so funny. I'm like, yo, that's hilarious. So I felt like throwing that little quick tidbit out there because that's so funny. It's just like a running joke that every fucking black household has a smoke detector that beeps. It's so funny. And I definitely do have one, and I have one in the hallway too. But like I said, doesn't matter how many times I change it, the batteries. It's not because it's not because the batteries are not new. It's because of what I do here, you know. So electronics and stuff, they always go haywire. TV starts doing weird glitchy shit all the time. Lights flicker. It has happened on the channel. You guys have witnessed it on occasion. It just happens. It comes with the job, I guess. You know what I mean? All right, guys, let's get back into the reading. I'm sorry, y'all know that I be talking too damn much. Let's see. So we have the cards that came out. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Interesting. So you're about to get some answers. Some answers to your questions. Time for healing. Balsamic moon is here. It is really funny, girl. It is. So we have I don't know how to say your name. Prenot. I'm just gonna call you Prenot. I don't know how to say your name. I'm not gonna butcher it too bad. I am from the United States. I am from Connecticut. Where are you from? We also have Rock here. What's up, Rock? All right. Give us a little bit more energy here. Some more messages from Spirit from this deck. I'm kind of getting like your answers come as you work on yourself, as you're healing more. I heard the word accessibility. Some confirmation, because earlier I was like, Ali was here at the time. I was like, I have this like burp that is just sitting there and won't come out. Um, but yeah, so it's like I am kind of getting like, as you guys are, allowing yourself to, kind of open up a little bit more to, your spirit guides and source, so on and so forth. They're going to help you navigate where you're headed. But it does come with a little bit of learned lessons, which is going to involve some healing. So what does that look like for you is going to look different for every person, right? But let's see. You stupid. You said it's my spirit gang. My spirit gang. Not even my spirit team. She said my spirit gang. I'm done. But no, it's so crazy. Like electronics be going crazy all the time around here. Like just the other day, my phone was perfectly fine. All of a sudden, I'm trying to type something that was very important, and the whole keyboard just went completely gone. There were no buttons. Like the outline of where the keyboard is supposed to be on my phone was there. No buttons. I'm like, great. So now I'm gonna have to just close out all of this shit, and I'm gonna have to type all the stuff that I was saying, and now I don't remember what the fuck I said, so I have to do all of this over. Great, nice, thanks. I was so mad. Oh my god. And then like I told you guys about, the other day, what was it? I think Wednesday last week, when I did that reading and nowhere to be found. The live that I did, nowhere to be found. It's not in the studio thing on YouTube, nothing. It's gone, completely gone. Yet, for some reason, the fucking live highlight is available. Make that make sense. So clearly I did the reading. It's not like this is like a fucking Mandela effect or something, like I didn't actually do it. I'm like, yo, is YouTube or the universe or what trying to freaking gaslight me into making me feel like I didn't do this fucking reading? That should piss me off. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Interesting. Maybe some of you guys get a little bit worried about your, whatever decisions you're trying to make. Like maybe, because I am picking up heavy on like, this is going to probably be like a career reading. Making sure that whatever decisions you make, that you'll be able to make ends meet and support your family is what I'm getting. Be confident in that is what I'm getting. What do you need to release? Waning moon. Well, here we are in this full moon energy, and we know that that's about releasing, right? Surrender to the divine is here again. They're like, you will be okay. I'm definitely picking up on the possibility for somebody, like scarcity mindset kind of stuff. So this is a time to, again, as you surrender control and allow for source to, take care of you during these times. Hi, Ren. You look really cute. What are you doing? Hi, Mama. She's like rolling around going like this. But yeah, as you guys are, working on this, very interesting. Just making sure, like, and it's interesting. I felt drawn to these for a reason, I guess. There we go. I felt drawn to the divine abundance, which is like about how do we welcome in abundance into our life. It's like mantras and affirmations. I felt drawn to that, so we're gonna close out the reading probably with some of that. YouTube is on some bullshit. That, or is this some monitoring spirits that are trying to like, fuck up what we do? We can't let them. We can't. We're trying to do, wow, that one like drop spike. Like, yeah, we're not gonna let monitoring spirits fuck up what we got going on. The energy is gaining momentum. As we're trying to gain momentum, there might be times where things are trying to hold us back. No, thank you. Waxing moon energy. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. So everything's happening, and it's like, you guys are feeling very creative. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. So you guys are trying to, maybe, work on that confidence is the big thing here. Understanding that, as you work on your confidence and, again, that sense of surrendering control. regain that confidence, work on allowing for the Most High to help you and guide you along the way, you'll see a lot of things start to change. Meditate and contemplate. New moon and Pisces. One more from your spirit, please. Another one I went. What we got here? Nice. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Last card that we're reading from the deck. Or at least the last one we're going to put on the spread. Or in the spread. But voila. There we are, right? That's where we are. Holy shit. The end of a tough cycle approaches. I got to make sure I put some emphasis on that. Exactly. What's surrounding that energy? Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Yeah, you guys might have a hard time, being your most fullest, most authentic self is what I'm picking up on. But they're like, yeah, now we're going to put an end to that. We're putting an end to that. What do you need to release? We're putting an end to it. Yeah, and that's going to be the thing that's going to be like the catalyst for some change for you guys, I feel. But we're going to dive deeper. But we do have a fiery climax approaches again. Saw that card twice. All right, so thank you, Spirit, for those messages so far. I feel drawn to the Sacred Light Oracle. For whatever reason, and I don't know why, and I'm still slightly annoyed about it, but I'm letting it go. The Spirit must have had a different message that they wanted me to deliver from a different deck. I usually follow that deck with the Gateway of Activation deck that my girl gifted me. My girl from Phoenix Priestess. Again, check her out. But for whatever reason, I cannot find the deck. And I know that it's here, obviously. But decks miraculously find their ways and themselves in the weirdest places. It'll be under the TV stand. It'll be there and here and there. And I'm just like, haven't seen this deck in months, and all of a sudden it just pops up randomly. I'm just like, it happens all the time. But yeah, let's get some messages from here. So I guess Spirit, either they were saying let's switch it up a little bit. Maybe it's because I heard the word rigidity. Sometimes it's okay to break the mold a little bit if you're used to doing stuff a certain way. Maybe that's what they're doing. Because I am very ADHD and OCD, and like literally I have these things. I'm not just saying it just to say it for fun. We're in this weird culture now where being neurodivergent and stuff like that, all of a sudden it's like the cool hip thing to do, and like, oh yeah, I guess I'm neurodivergent too. And it's like, the awareness is cool, like I like that part, but like we're not doing it to make a mockery, if that makes any sense. Somebody might resonate with that message for some reason, because I don't usually say that on here. But yeah, I do things very, very strategically planned, calculated all the time. Everything I do is like the same way all the time. Very OCD. And if I do anything out of my norm, it throws me off. It makes me very uncomfortable. So even like the fact that I'm not reading from what I feel is the right deck to read from right now, but Spirit is like, we have to be flexible. We have to adapt to change, is what I'm picking up on. So somebody might resonate with that. Let me know if that resonates. Hey sister, what's up, girl? Hey girl, hey guys, check out my other sister. We have Tears of Wheat Tarot Show here, where you sure enough never know what you're gonna get. Check my girl out. So I got 3 of my girlies up in here right now that you guys definitely should check out. So we have Tears of Wheat Tarot Show. We have the Phoenix Priestess, and we have Intuitive Interactions. Check my sisters out. They are amazing. These are people who I go to for guidance, and you will not be disappointed. I promise you that. So definitely check my girls out. Love y'all. My bookies. So, yes, I'm definitely getting this sense of not being so rigid. That's what I'm picking up on. Lose your way to find your way. That's deep, sis. Damn. Okay. I like it. I like it. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Temple of Mary. Is that my Nana trying to talk to me right now? Because all of a sudden I felt something go like this to my arm. Emotional expression, playful innocence, and exploitation. Interesting. My Nana's name was Mary. And the number out here is 31, but if it's mirrored, it's the number 13. Death and rebirth vibes. Hmm. Interesting. All of a sudden I felt that, and my cat looked up. Is that why you were looking up? Is that why you were acting weird? And all of a sudden she got calm. Now she's just laying there. And she does weird shit. I told y'all she was doing weird stuff just a moment ago, and y'all heard me being vocal about that. Now she's all of a sudden mad calm. Just like laying there. Right on my leg. Or next to my leg. Interesting. Tibetan fire serpent. Ooh, that number 3 too is kind of hidden. Um, Seeking a higher truth, discernment, a better path, and authority. Taking authority over your life. And the things that, there might have been times you felt taken advantage of, because I mean, I am getting this energy of people who are just very, like, lighthearted, innocent individuals who maybe even have a sense of being naive sometimes. Um, and just trying to figure out that in between, right? Not being hyper vigilant, being flexible, and figuring out that middle ground is what I'm kind of picking up on. Interesting. Magical alchemy, innovation, ingenuity, curiosity, ahead of your time. Very interesting. I like this. All right, let's go with it. Nana, are you in here though? Don't do anything overly weird because then I'm going to get creeped out. Oh, Ren is looking up again. What are you doing, Ren? She's like looking up at the ceiling. Hi. Yeah, you hear her? Do y'all hear her? Hey, Mama. Yeah? Is someone here with us? Oof. Okay. My Nana might be here right now. Yeah, because like I said, my cat was mad calm just a second ago. And all of a sudden, she started looking around and she's like, what's going on here? And now she's like starting to act weird again. All right, so we have collective vibration. It says personal conviction, raising your resilience, and direct channel. Interesting. Vibing high or working on it. I like that. Ren, stop. Um, Violet fire, nice. Transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, constant distraction. There have been some distractions, right? But now you're working on, raising your vibration. You're working on yourself and transmuting this energy that we're seeing throughout this reading so far. And it's going to, again, be like, I'm getting like that catalyst of change. Sacred space, positive outcome, clarity, lucky attraction, removing obstacles. It's time to close out those things that, haven't really been serving you. Soul family. Excuse me. Happy reunions, support, order from chaos. There are people who are going to help you along the way. And we did see like this energy of like, what does it say? It says you and your loved ones are safe. You definitely care about your family. Very important to you. But at the same time, it's like you can't, make all of your choices only based off of that, right? It also has to be things that are based off of, the actual truth of what's happening and being able to kind of discern the difference. Because there's our fears slash, being hyper vigilant or being, even paranoid sometimes that might cause us to feel a sense of paralysis, keeping us stuck and confined in our circumstances. This is time to make some calculated risks. That's what I'm getting. Scales of karma, cycle of disharmony, creating new traditions and unfortunate events. Yeah, you went through all this, you know. karmic lessons and whatnot that are closing out. The scales are balancing. I am getting that there could be some Libra energy here for someone. Let me know if you have Libra in your chart. Language of light, rediscovery, yes, yes. Humble wanderer, communication, and hence the burping. I'm like, there's something that needs to be said, but I can't get, I don't know what it is yet. And I was talking about realigning with your purpose, which usually takes a little bit of, reevaluating, right? Trying to, figure out the next part of the path, feeling a little bit, out of sorts because you don't know necessarily where to go. It says, here on the top of the deck, we have Light Seeker, Light Quest, Visionary, Mental Strength, and Resilience. A lot of stuff about resilience popping up. Yeah, you're on a new path, and you're just trying to figure certain things out. Yep, and that Temple of Mary is here again, too. Let's get 2 more from here, Spirit. There it goes again. Language of Light, rediscovery, humble wanderer, and communication. Nice. Getting like, universe is trying to give you like a big hug. Like, letting you know you're on the right path. Because again, this is like, it's a little bit lonely, right? It's a little scary. You're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. We have Ascension Flame here. Liberation, a sense of greater purpose. Exactly, as you're stepping into your purpose. I said that. And high expectations, right? Vibrating at a higher frequency. You're ascending. You are ascending. You're being guided along the way, even if it doesn't feel like it sometimes. We have light activation, evolution of spirit, actioning plans, or of plans, and transcendence. Yeah, rising above. Oh, and we talked about like that sense of gaining momentum, right? Moving up. Moving on up to the east side. To that deluxe apartment in the sky. Yeah, you're making plans. It's giving kind of like 3 of Wands energy. Yeah, damn, that card just keeps showing up. It can't be only me that has a, I mean, that name is so, Mary is Mary, right? But I'm definitely picking up on my Nana being very, very, like, close to me right now. I don't know where she's at, but I feel like she's here. And my cat keeps on doing, like, weird things or looking around, and I'm like, there's nothing here, but she sees it, she feels it. I feel it, but I can't see it. But her senses are definitely more heightened than mine. She just went. She's looking at the door. There's nothing going on over there that I can see. So if any of you guys have a relative who's passed on, whose name was Mary, they might be also trying to tap into this reading and talk to you. Let me know in the comments if that resonates. And light activation is officially on the spread again here. Light activation, evolution of spirit, actioning plans, and transcendence. I like it. I like this energy a lot so far. When I looked up, it did say 2828. I heard tongue in cheek. It's like that, I'm getting people make little sarcastic remarks sometimes about, some of the things that you want to do, which kind of, especially if it's family. Let's go back to the reading we just did the other day. And it's one of those things where it might keep you trying to, be copacetic about everything. Like, oh, I know so-and-so wouldn't like if I did this, and that. Fuck them. Golden light ray. Love and laughter. Receiving and giving gifts and passionate projects. Go after what your passions are. People are going to always have, different, fucking opinions. And it's really not their business. Like, who cares what they have to say? My girl, Intuitive Interactions just said, I'm hearing descendants of Mary Magdalene. Interesting. That is very, very interesting, actually. And what's crazy? I did a reading for myself at like 6 this morning because I couldn't sleep. And it was a very, very interesting reading. And one of the ones that came up was Mary Magdalene. And if I were to like get the deck. Like, literally is one of the cards on the top because I just put them back in there. And I was like, this is so interesting. And I also was getting like tapping into like my dark femme energy too. I thought that was also interesting. We have Lord Melchizedek. I don't know if that's how you actually say the name, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna rock with that. Indecision, ego-based actions, and lifestyle change. So sometimes, our ego gets in the way when it comes to making decisions. So let's make sure we're making decisions for the right reasons, right? Not because of ego. Going with the flow of being on a higher frequency. You know, we're not just making decisions because the money is good or like things like that. I mean, realistically speaking, we are in this 3D world. A lot of things are going to be based off of ego. Let's call a spade a spade. But try to make decisions based off of the higher good, not just self-serving, if that makes any sense. There's nothing wrong with like kind of going against the grain a little bit when it comes to like we talked about it the other night, right? This energy of, doing everything for like family and appearances and stuff like that. But it doesn't sit well with you, right? It just doesn't feel right. But that's because you guys are in a higher frequency, vibrating at a different frequency than a lot of other people. So making sure that whatever decisions you make, yes, it will have some sense of self-fulfillment, and that's fine. But again, doing it because it also is going to help impact other people in the positive. 3131, as I said that. Or sorry, 30, yeah, it was 3131. We saw another card, or a card that had that on it. I mentioned it earlier, but now, of course, the card is gone. Well, I did pick up on it. It might have been the Mary Magdalene card, but I forget. But point being, like, it's given like death and rebirth. You know what I mean? Like, understanding, like, you don't want your ego to dictate everything you do, every single decision. It's giving that. No, it will ultimately add some sense of, fulfillment and purpose to your life too. Like, I was just talking about it the other day. Like, doing things like, yes, does it intrinsically feel good to go and volunteer for other people, to help others? Yeah, it does feel good. So, is there a little bit of a selfish purpose there when you do it? Technically, yes. That's the ego. But are you helping other people in the process? That's also a yes, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope what I'm saying, isn't like lost in translation. We have light body here. Independence brings comfort, past restrictions, and ancestral healing. Wow. Becoming more independent. We talked about that in the other reading too, the other day. Some of you guys might resonate with that reading if you watched it already, or you're being called to maybe watch that. One more from here. I promise that's not like a segue into watching more of my content or anything like that. Wink, wink. But it could very much be that too. All right, let's get one more. Power of presence. Wow. A power struggle, unlock your potential and authenticity. Remember, I talked about being your most authentic self. Your presence alone, when you're being your fullest and truest self, man, listen, that already brings a whole different sense of, power. Own that shit. Because you bring a lot of positive energy to a lot of people. You're capable of doing that. And I love when this happens, when we get the cover art of of the deck. We have Anta Karana. Here it says crossing the Rainbow Bridge. Now remember for those of you who came on very early, I almost called it like the cherry moon. And I know it's a strawberry moon. I know that. But I almost said cherry moon, which gave me like under the cherry moon, which also gave me like graffiti bridge. And there's a song, somebody might be a Prince fan. I know for a fact that there's at least one other fellow Prince fan here. And they do, and Prince does have a song called he has a song called Rainbow Bridge, and he also has a song called Graffiti Bridge. So if you know, you know. But I am picking up on that. And not only that, but the fact that, again, the cover art is on that card. Doesn't happen often when the cover art shows up in the reading. Very cool. Middle of the deck. Ascension Flame is here again. Nice. Let's pull from the energy oracle. We're just gonna get maybe like 3 cards from here. We're not gonna go too crazy. I think like 3 to 4 cards from each deck that I have over here should suffice to get the message out. Don't want to hold you guys too long. Yes, adjacent possibilities. There are so many things that could come towards you as you guys are working on yourself and doing the damn thing. And I like that. I like that a lot. Sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron here also. Third eye chakra, the brow chakra. You guys are very intuitive. They're saying to use your intuition as you navigate these different possibilities that are coming towards you, these opportunities that are coming towards you. That's what I'm picking up on. So like I said, it's going to give you 3 from here. And I'm feeling the power of 3 for some reason here. It's giving like 3 of Cups, which is about partnership, well, not partnerships, but it's about like your friend group, your community. I think I saw while I was shuffling the community card. It's not there now, of course. I started shuffling too quick, but I did see it. So I wouldn't be shocked if that card would have come out. We were talking about like that family dynamic, right? But also the family that we build on our own accord as well, right? The world closing out some shit, man. You know, number 29 on here, 11, right? Balancing those scales, new beginnings. I like it. Yeah. It's time to feel appreciated for what it is that you bring to the table. But I'm also getting appreciating the cycles, right? Like the things that you had to learn throughout these cycles. Yeah. It's time to move on. You're on a new journey. Moving on. But you had to make a choice, a hard choice. To be able to move in that new direction. It's not something that just, you know, came all willy-nilly. You actually had to do some deep diving, some inner work to get here. Tell us more. So let's get about maybe 3 cards from here, Hanama. Victory. Victory is yours. Success. Especially as you end things, because we also have 28 on here, which adds up to 10 endings. Those endings that bring on those new beginnings, right? Did it take some time to get there? It might have. It might have. 37 on the timer. 10, right? Magic and, sorry, Magician and the Mirror is here on the bottom. I feel like you are in the process of manifesting this. Appreciation is here again on the top. Middle. Goddess of the Moon. Guys, again, you're very intuitive. Very, very intuitive. Some of you guys might have Pisces in your chart. Let me know if that resonates. But yeah, very intuitive individuals, you know. You're able to use, like, I'm also getting people who are like master manifestors, especially when it comes to moon cycles. You might use moon magic or being called to use moon magic when it comes to transmuting energy and welcoming in the things that you are trying to bring into your life. Let me know if that resonates with any of you. I'm getting like moon water. Some of you guys might do like make moon water. I've personally never done that, but I know some people who have, and they found a lot of success by doing that. Let me know. Pretty interesting. All right. Yeah. Here again. Moon goddess. Or goddess of the moon, I should say. Very interesting. Let me know if the number 7 resonates at all. We have woman holding a coin. So this might be a time to use the moon, this moon magic, so to speak, to be able to welcome in abundance. Woman holding a coin. Yeah. There might be people trying to compete, but guess what? You can't compete when you don't compare. The hostilities here. Interesting. See, I was picking up on it. I have to learn. There we go. I'm happy I connected with somebody on that because I'm like, that seemed like they made me like kind of really stare at that card. Like I don't usually stare at it like that, and I was like, there's something about this card that's standing out. Well, thank you. sister, for that confirmation, because I wasn't sure. The garden and the gate is here. You guys hold that key, right? You hold that key to be able to go towards what it is that you want. There's literally a key around her neck that she possesses. You possess that power. It's time to tap into it. Very interesting. All right, let's do two more. I know I said three before, but yeah, I feel connected to getting two more cards from here and make it four. What are you doing over here, Rennie Ren? Staring out the door again? There's no one there. Well, not that I can see. Walking away. So yeah, walking away from things that no longer serve. And you know, the thing is, like that other card that we just saw, you know, there's like literally a gate there. Now we see there's a gate here again, but that gate is open. She opened it up. You guys can open that gate too. The gate to your successes, right? Yeah. If there was financial constraints, number 13, we were talking about filling that number a little while ago. Like, if there were, you know, things that you stayed a part of that have caused you financial constraints, you're realizing it's time to walk away because there are no longer any opportunities here. I've exhausted all of them, and now it's time to move on. But the other additional part and factor here is this energy of making sure that you find that, you know, sense of, even though I know that this is not what this chakra is, I am picking up on it. So I'm going to say it. This is the, okay, we have second chakra, Archangel Ariel here, which is about your sacral chakra, which is about creation, right? But I'm picking up, honestly, on solar plexus, that willpower needed to kind of push yourself forward and propel yourself. Ren, please stop. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel, and we did talk about, you know, that throat chakra energy a little while ago too. And I was like burping and shit, and I'm like, the sign's like stuck here and I can't get it out. And then it came out. I was like, okay, there we go. That's it. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. So if that's making sense and if it's resonating, let me know in the comments or with reactions. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. I hope that you're resonating. And if you're new, hit the like button. Subscribe. All those things. The notification bell. So you know when I'm on, because I'm going to be doing the free readings soon. Same. So, you know, you don't want to miss out on that. We have Angel of Balance. And I was definitely picking up on, like, you know, this energy of, like, Libra. Now, this card kind of also gives it, like, even though I'm picking up on heavy Libra, I'm also picking up on Sagittarius too, that balance, right? I tend to feel both of those energies whenever I see this card. But yeah, let me know if that resonates at all. And if I'm not mistaken, Lati, correct me if my, well, or any of my tarot girlies, correct me if I'm wrong. The number 12, is that the Temperance card? I believe it is, but let me know if I'm wrong. Is it that or is it the 14? To be honest, I always forget. That's one thing I have not mastered when it comes to tarot. The archetypes for all the major arcana, I've yet to fully figure those out. I usually just read intuitively on how I feel when I read certain cards. But yeah, let me know if that makes any sense. But yeah, it's maybe. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Thank you for that, sis. I wasn't sure. Thank you for the confirmation. Because I was like, not 100% sure if it's 12 or 14. I knew it was like one or the other, but I couldn't remember. And then 12 is what? What's 12? Because I can't remember. Yeah, definitely getting this energy of, you know, balancing your finances. I'm getting like work-life balance too. You know, if you've been feeling like you overpour into your work life, and I heard the word overload, work overload. Got it. Okay, that's what it is. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Cause I'm like, I know that card is technically not what I was feeling, technically, but the energy still was kind of there for me. And we have second chakra here again. from the top. Yeah, healer of the ages. We were talking about this energy of healing, right? We talked about that earlier in the reading. Interesting. All right, let's do a little bit of tarot. We're just gonna keep this one very, very simple. We're not gonna go too crazy about it, because there's other decks that I wanted to pull from that I feel will be beneficial for you guys as you watch. I just want to stay true to what you guys need to, hear at this time. This might give us a little more insight maybe on what we're seeing here so far. Yeah, that's one thing I have to work on though, sis. I gotta hold you. And viewers as well. I'm more of an intuitive reader than anything. Do I know what the meaning of all the cards are? Yes, I do. Upright, challenge, all that. But like, reverse, whatever. But things like, the archetypes of each, for the signs or whatever, for all of the major arcana stuff, I will be honest with you, I don't know all of them. I just don't. It's very interesting. I can pretty deal with all the other stuff. Those are things that, I don't know. So, I am picking up on, maybe this is why Spirit is like telling me to tell you guys this, like, and be very transparent as I talk about this stuff. Maybe, this could be a time to fine tune a gift that you have or a talent that you have. I'm getting like Eight of Pentacles vibes. Fine tuning, right? Sharpening a skill. Doing some research, things like that. Because, there's many of us who, are really good at a lot of different things. Like I'm getting like, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. I'm picking up on something like that. Like some of you guys might resonate with that. Like where you're really good at so many things, but haven't quite mastered any particular thing. Especially if you like have ADHD. Like you'll just like, we talked about that. Somebody else who's gonna end up watching definitely has ADHD. You're good at so many things because you get bored. So you start tinkering with things and you're like, ooh, I want to learn how to do this. And then you're like, okay, I'm bored of that now. I'm going to go to the next thing. So like you have knowledge and stuff of things, but then have a hard time pinpointing what your actual niche is. So I'm definitely getting, hey, Betty Boop, how are you, my love? Thank you for popping in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love seeing people from the tribe pop in. Love seeing that. Thank you for being here. But yeah, I am getting this energy of people who are kind of like me, where you're good at a lot of different things, you're interested in a lot of different things, and then your interest kind of fizzles out very quickly because either you don't feel good enough at it or something like that, or you're like, ooh, this takes a little bit more, than I thought was going to take, and now I'm like, I don't know if I really feel like doing all of that. Hi, Carolina, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if that resonates for any of you, because, like, it reminds me kind of like, my dad a little bit. My dad, oh my God, pretty much a genius, like, calling a spade here. But growing up, like, he would always tinker with something, and then like he would work on it for a long time and eventually abandon stuff, and then to this day he'll like go and be like, ooh, Noop is my nickname. That's what he gave me since I was a baby. Don't know where it came from, whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, my dad, to this day, he'll be like, hey, Noop, so remember when I was working on that song from like 1986? Oh, I finally got the sound I was looking for. And then he still doesn't like it, and then scraps it again. I'm just like, oh God. So then, it's funny because like I'm like that too with stuff. My son, same thing. He's got the bug. It's definitely familial in my case. Like my son, he will work on something, and he'll work on it he won't sleep. And I'm like, Michael, you need to sleep. And he's like, Ma, you don't understand. I gotta get that sound. Look, I'm looking for that Richie Blackmore sound. Okay, check this out. Does that sound close? I'm like, it sounds great to me. He's like, well, but you don't have the same ear as me. I'm like, first off, fuck you. I have a great ear. I've been taught you have the shit but whatever. So it's just funny because like I'm getting something like that. 7-11 as I look with the 7 viewers and 11 likes right now. It's giving me something like that. The people who like, again, you're really good at stuff and you'll really, try for a while on something and then you give up on it. or you leave things undone, let me know if that resonates. That's for someone. It ain't gonna be for everybody, but that's meaningful for somebody. And Spirit wanted me to put some emphasis on that for a reason, because I am definitely getting this energy of people who do that. I'm gonna shuffle again just because I feel like I got a little too into that little storyline. I was like shuffling and then I stopped to like really just shuffle some more, just to, you know, reacquaint with the energy. I did see the strength card, but yeah, this talks about willpower, right? So it's like, just saying, man. It's hard though, like when you have all these different interests, especially if you got ADHD or if you're like a fire sign, especially if you're a Sagittarius. Oh God, ask us, we'll tell you. It's giving like Jimi Hendrix. He was a Sagittarius, and I'm picking up a Hendrix for some reason. You know what's funny? See, ADHD. I was listening to him the other day, and I was like listening to his "Are You Experienced" album, his Chef's Kiss. That was his freaking debut album, and that shit's amazing. Every song, no skips. Especially if you're smoking a little bit. I was sober, but man, listen, I'm telling you, you're high. The headphones on, you hear the panning and stuff. ADHD, sorry. But no, seriously, he was one of those people where he, obviously he learned how to master. 27 years old, he learned how to master the guitar. He made that shit do things that nobody thought a guitar could do back in the 60s. And he's still credited for all of that, right? But he tapped into other different instruments too. Like he fiddled with things like, the flute and things like that. Like on If Six Was Nine, he was playing the flute on that. Like he worked on other instruments too, but he never mastered any of them. I mean, we consider him a master at guitar because of the fact that, he was like so different and, new age, and like he was doing something that nobody else was doing with it. But he never thought he was good. He always discredited himself. He was like, I'm okay. There's people way better than me. He will always say that. But to this day, 50 something years later, we still look at this man like this man was the fucking dude. And he really was. But let me know again if any of this is making sense. um, Definitely picking up on like the energy of people who, you know, have a lot of different interests, get bored, or lose that sense of passion about it and move on to another task. There's something that you guys are being called to revisit is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, the moon. There could be some fears or anxieties, and we did have the goddess of the moon show up too. There could be like some you know, some things when it comes to like maybe fears or anxieties, like you don't feel good enough. So you're like, I can't really put that out there until I feel good enough. You don't want to act with haste, is what I'm picking up on. You don't want to act with haste. Yeah, and that causes a conflict within yourself. Let me know if that resonates at all. So yeah, tell us more, Spirit. What is the overall energy or the past recent? Let's go with past energy. Past energy for the collective when it comes to this energy we're seeing. We have the Ten of Swords, endings. Endings. Having a, dead a situation. Whatever that might have been, yeah. The devil on the bottom. Toxicities. Yeah. In order to go towards your wish fulfillment. Yeah. People probably were moving real funny around you, but I'm also getting like you might have been, moving in a way where you were maybe secretive about, removing yourself. Getting that as well. Especially if it's like people who are close to you or whatever. I'm picking up on this really heavy. Give me a moment to, pick up on the message. But I am picking up on like maybe you had to figure out how to kind of detach from certain people or situations because these are things that you cared about a lot. And that's some energy that showed up a lot recently. But it's like you can't just like be all willy-nilly like I'm just gonna cut this person off. I mean, you could technically, but I think you guys were more strategic about it, like, you know, waiting for the right opportunity to say, you know, I don't think I want to deal with this person or this situation anymore. Like kind of like that last straw that broke the camel's back kind of thing. Waiting for the opportunity to be like, you know, I'm gonna, you know, skedaddle out of whatever this is as I walk away. Interesting. Definitely giving like moving in silence kind of vibes too, though. Tell me more, or us more. What's the current energy? The magician, yes, creating, guys. I like it. You're creating. You're transmuting. Manifesting. I love that. And that's the whole purpose of this reading. Like, what are you manifesting, right? You're releasing certain things. Like, so what are you about to start to manifest as you close out those old cycles? Wow. Yeah. You're manifesting happiness overall in your life. I'm not even picking up on like actual love, but you want to just be in a happy place. Yeah. And that sometimes means accepting defeat, walking away, right? Because, you know, there are times where it's like, you know, you want to, you know, stay, you know, acquainted with certain people and stuff like that in situations out of comfort is what I'm picking up on. But you're realizing, this isn't doing anything for me. It's just not doing it for me anymore. I can't stay here. Overstaying your welcome is what I'm picking up on. Incoming energy or likely outcome. Excuse me. Thank you. They ain't gonna be all rainbows and butterflies. I can tell you that right now. We got the Three of Swords. It doesn't look like an easy decision. Wrench. It doesn't look like an easy decision to make. Yeah, but there was a karmic lesson that came from it that you had to learn. Wrench. Ace of Wands. And again, that's going to be the thing that's going to put that fire right up under your ass to make you create and inspire you to do something different. Yeah, taking charge. We talked about taking charge with authority over your life, right? Definitely giving fire energy too. Very interesting. Any last message from the tarot? Okay, before I can even ask the question for you, they're like, absolutely. They're like, don't let the past be the thing that dictates your future. Dictates your future. Don't let that happen. Yeah. Sometimes you have to just bow out. Yep. Moving on. Moving forward. For some of you, might be physically moving. For somebody, you might be getting a new car. Claim it, because I'm about to work on getting mine. Yeah, moving past, you know, the heartbreaks and the disappointments and stuff like that, the regrets. Like, what's done is done. We can't change the past. We can't, but we could definitely have a bearing on our future, for sure. Let's see. So, I do you feel like this is mostly career based for this reading? I did bring out a couple of love decks just in case. We'll see if I feel drawn to doing that as well, but right now I'm picking up on mostly career. So let's do like 2 to 3 cards from each of my career decks that felt drawn to, and then we'll go from there. And when we split the deck, what do we have? We have flashback. Remember I said there might be something that you guys are revisiting. People from the past return. You may work with a previous coworker or take back an old job. You get a second chance. What I'm picking up on is there something that you felt connected to from the past, and you might be being called to revisit that. You might have been feeling trapped in your circumstances, but you're not trapped, with that being in the reverse. So it's like by maybe revisiting something that you really cared about and looking into it again and maybe doing some, you know, some research and things like that, it allows for you to kind of step into that again and kind of go from there and see what it is that you're meant to do with it. That could also explain why that Six of Cups came out again. But I was picking up on more like just don't let the things from the past be the thing that kind of dictate or caught you when it comes to your future. But it could also be talking about that sense of revisiting something. Yeah. But first you have to free yourself. Hey Nadira, how are you? So yeah, here on the bottom we have freedom. You need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal. Time off will help you get clear. Yeah, so decide what you want to do. Like, do you want to free yourself from like the typical 9 to 5, right? Maybe, corporate world ain't for you, or the typical 9 to 5 isn't for you. This could be a time to do something a little bit different. I am getting somebody might be a writer or wants to use some type of form of communications and some type of form of like the arts to be the thing that kind of, bring in some income, but you're maybe fearing that confirmation. Um, I don't know if that resonates for anybody. And it's hard because, right, it's not your typical job, right? It's a little bit unorthodox and it's kind of a hit or a miss. But I do feel like there's, possibly something that could happen in the future with that. Plan for the future while living in the present, exactly. You are always supported by spirit. Your psychic abilities can bring you prosperity. So for some of you, you might also be spiritually gifted and are just trying to like figure out, well, how do I release my typical way of doing things I've been doing forever, right? It's just kind of expected at this point. How do I release that so I can be able to actually hone in on my actual gifts that I feel I am being called to utilize at this time? I'm getting something like that. Yeah, it's time to reflect on that. Take time to revisit the past and figure out what you want to do. Knowing what you don't like will show you what you truly love. So this is definitely a time to look back and, reflect. Wow, it's crazy. All right, so let's get like 2 to 3 cards from here, and then I have another deck over here as well for career. I might even pull some love cards just because, like, some people, even if you're mostly resonating with the career aspect of this reading, some of you guys might be thinking, what's going on with love for me during this time? What am I letting go and welcoming in? So I might look into that for you guys as well. We have short term here. This position is temporary, so don't be too attached to it. No worries, you will find something that's even more fulfilling and prosperous. Something might have been something might have been happening very recently, and I say this only because we are, or is about to happen very soon, because we are in that 4th of July kind of time with the fireworks here. So I'm not sure if you're about to leave a job or welcome in a job, but just recognize that it's not going to be long term. So if you've been applying for something, it might not be like the most long lasting job ever, but it might still bring a little bit of money in for the time being. So just don't focus on it too much. That's what I'm getting. It could also just kind of be like the catalyst, right? Like just like the ground. I heard the word groundwork. For maybe picking up some new experience that you've never had before, put it on your resume and be like, oh, I worked here for a little bit. I did this training for a little while. I'm getting something like that. And it's something that's not meant to be long lasting, but it can still help you in terms of career development down the line. So if there's anybody, for instance, who's thinking about doing like a continuing education kind of course, I'm picking up on that right now. I know that sometimes right around this time of year, there are courses that are open at like, community colleges and stuff like that. If there's something like in terms of you working on, a certification or something, or a recertification, this might be the time. And this is something that will help you kind of move forward in your career. I hope that makes sense for someone. Carolina says that resonates. Okay, good. I don't like to feel like I'm like, just talking. Like I try to kind of get to the point, but sometimes spirit is like, no, somebody needs to hear this. So, I do apologize when I emphasize for a very long time on just one card. It's not intentional. I do try to, keep it going, but sometimes spirit is like, nope, they need to hear this. Somebody needs to hear it. So I'm always happy when you guys resonate because I'm like, shit. Okay, come on, let's wrap it up. You know what I mean? Get to the point. Spiritual work. Interesting. Doing some inner work can help you get clear before you move on. You will get insights into what will be the best, sorry, and what work will best serve your needs. Wow. I like that. And I was picking up on, I'm getting it again, like this energy of using, different spiritual practices to be able to attract what it is that you're trying to bring in. I am picking up on that. Some of you guys might have an altar that you haven't used in a while that you might be called to use again. I can resonate with that. I've used my altar, like really used it in a while for my spiritual practices. But I meditate and stuff all the time, but like actually sit at my altar and like really be fully immersed. I haven't done some of that in a while. Wrench. Are you telling on me? But yeah, I'm getting something like that. I'm also getting, we talked about it earlier, relying on source while you're working on this too. Make it work, baby. Make it work. Nadira wanted to know something. This is just a collective message, my love, so I'm not asking or answering rather any personal questions at this time. If you would like to stick around and see if there's a message in this reading for you, awesome, but I am not doing personals at this time. I'm sorry. Um, Thank you, Lati. Appreciate that. All right. And also, guys, like if one of my moderators, which everybody knows what a moderator does, and we all know if we watch videos and stuff, they're in blue. So they're telling you, hey, this is a collective message. Please don't disregard what my moderators say because that's a little bit disrespectful. I've had it happen as a moderator myself. I'm like, I kindly told somebody, blah, 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 and they're disregarding that. And I'm sure you saw it. So it's like, they're there for a reason. Just saying, I wanna make this like a safe space for everybody. And we all have to be respectful of each other, okay? Greatly appreciate that. All right, make it work is on the bottom. You have all the tools you need to succeed, but you have to put in the effort. You excel at working with your hands and fixing problems. Bob the Builder, can he fix it? Bob the Builder, yes he can. Again, you guys are like a jack of all trades, right? It's like you guys can do so many different things. So I'm definitely getting like the sense of fine tuning. Fine tuning the things that you're able to do. If you have spiritual gifts yourself, fine tuning some of your spiritual gifts is what I'm getting too. You're being directed to do that. Your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step as you go along. There's no need to hurry or worry. You are being divinely guided. Yes, I love that. I love that. That's why, working with the divine is very important right now for a lot of us. I'm going to say us because I resonate with that. Great match. You are on the verge of finding the perfect work for you. Don't give up. You may need to grow your own business to truly be happy. Wow. I like it. I like that a lot. Let's get one more from here. Yeah, so there could be some fears, when it comes to starting a new venture or something like that. But again, like, connecting with the right people and things like that can be very helpful and impactful at this time. Feeding your ideas off of each other and whatnot and going from there. Yeah, there could be some movement forward because of that. I like this a lot. You'll make good progress now and you will be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible. It's time to take action. Do it. Just do it like Nike, baby. Outside forces is on the bottom of the deck. We have like a moon here too. It's giving me like fears and anxieties too. Unknown figures or things that you don't see Outside figures are driving the situation, and you might not be able to control the outcome. The cycle will shift soon, and you will be okay. Yeah, we talked about being okay. But sometimes you have to allow for something outside of yourself to kind of, help you. And in this case, it's the most divine, the most high, right? Because they are directing it. They're orchestrating all of it. Again, it doesn't always make sense in the moment. You're like, what the fuck is this? This is confusing as hell. I don't like this at all. And it makes you feel limited, right? Well, let's see what it says. Obstacles are not what they seem. You can get around them with some careful thought or simply choose something better for you. I heard the word circumvent. Spirit is circumventing, where you're headed, right? So where there seems to be a blockage or whatever, some roadblocks, an impasse, whatever, you know, those limitations are not merely just limitations. There's something deeper than that are meant to help guide you on the right path that will suit you way better than some of the shit that you thought was, meant for you. Hold on a second. Sorry. I thought I saw something and it was like creeping me out in the corner, and my cat was looking at it too. I was like, what the fuck was that? It was nothing. It was just a shadow from under the door. But I'm like, why is she staring over there like that? It creeped me out. And she's still like looking at me in the door. Like she keeps like looking back and forth. Ren, you are okay. You're scaring. Yep, you're doing it again. Ren, everything's fine. I'm gonna have to cleanse after I do this reading. Because she's like acting so skittish. And then like creeping me out because then like she'll look in different directions and keep looking at me. I'm like, what's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just gonna read like a couple of cards about love just to see what spirit has to say, because some of you guys might be interested in your love life during this particular moon cycle as well. um so we shall see. Like I said, I'm not really picking up on that in this reading, but for somebody who's watching, maybe you're meant to see a message about that as well. So, I want to make sure I cater to as many of you guys as I can, and see what's going on that you need to know. So let's see. Lati said that this is resonating with the message that she gave earlier. See, this week has been weird because like I wake up so early in the morning and then I end up like going back to sleep for a while. That keep missing your readings. I'm like, fuck. Keep missing them. So I end up having to watch them like at a later time. But I like to be like there, like in the moment. You know what I mean? Interesting. Yeah. So now I definitely I'm gonna have to check that out before I go to sleep. That's what I usually do with all y'all's readings. Like I like be like, okay, let me put them in a queue. Ooh, I didn't catch that one. I listen to them while I'm sleeping because I still retain the information. It's kind of interesting how I'm able to do that. Like I'm like sleep but not sleep, if that makes any sense. All right, so I split the deck and we have cosmic connection. It says this connection transcends time, space, and logic. You've met in other times and other dimensions. And we also have twin flames. So some of you guys might be on like a twin flame journey with somebody. Let's see what the overall energy is looking like though once we pull some cards for you. Um, they are your counterpart in growth, healing, and divine purpose. That's why it feels so intense. So for some of you, if you are also like, picking up on love right now and you're like, ooh, I would love to learn more about that as well. Um, I feel inclined to just pull a few cards for y'all just to see what's going on that you need to know and kind of go from there. And then we're going to get some last messages from spirit to close out. So like things that you need to release at this time, a little bit of foresight of things to come, and then just in general. And then also some affirmations to close out to welcome in abundance. Ooh, toxic talk. The way you're speaking to each other is causing harm, not healing. Words have energy, and right now they're wounding. So if you've been like in a weird place with a person that you've been involved with, um, Yeah, you might be learning some lessons. Maybe one of the lessons right now is about how to talk to each other, especially in like a twin flame journey. You tend to mirror each other, so maybe that's something you're both learning at this time. If love is one of the things that you've been kind of hoping to hear about in this reading, and this is making sense and resonating, let me know in the comments. It says, don't let history of failed relationships get you down. Gather the lessons and ditch the baggage. So if you start feeling like that's about to happen, reevaluate where that's coming from. We also have no strings attached. Maybe it started off that way. It says it starts with no strings attached, but even the most casual ties can tangle fast when boundaries get blurred. Maybe you were used to doing like the whole like no strings attached, and now it's like, oh, wait a minute, that's what this was supposed to be, and now it's a little bit more to it than that. What do I do with this information, kind of thing. Yeah, we have open relationship here. So maybe things were not meant to be serious and they started to get serious, and you're like, oh, what's happening? Secrets and lies. Okay, I am picking up on another message though. If you are only doing this because of the fact that you're scared of somebody being not uh, faithful, don't enter into a relationship or open relationship out of fear because you don't want to be lied to. Well, if I just allow them to just do whatever they want or whatever, then they're not necessarily lying to me, so there's no pain there. Like, no, that's not good either. No. Yeah, see, no strings attached is here again. So I hope that's not the reason why you decided to do that or have thought about doing that. No. And don't let nobody, put you in a position where they make you feel like, oh, I want to, do the poly thing. And that's your reasoning why. Because you're like, oh, well, again, if we're poly, then I'm picking up on this for somebody. This is not going to resonate for everybody, so just let me know if it doesn't. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I'm picking up on something like that. Like, oh, if this is a poly or open relationship, then if they're on their bullshit, there really is no bullshit because we agreed to the standard. Don't do that to yourself. Honor yourself and what it is that you want. If that's something that you want, if you want open poly relationship type stuff, okay, that's fine. But don't let nobody sucker you and gaslight you into doing that shit if that's not what you want for yourself. Yeah, because people know how to play mind games and shit to convince you to do shit that you're not comfortable with. They've got game, but is it real? Keep your eyes open and don't fall for the surface level charm. Yeah, be careful with that. Don't get hit with the okey doke. That seems really, really heavy right there. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, platonic passion is here. You didn't see it coming, but your heart is awakening up to something deeper. The line between friend and lover is starting to get blurry. So again, like that, I'm getting like maybe friends with benefits type of shit. That's why like the open relationship thing is kind of happening. But it's like, nah. Once it gets to that point, it's like we need to set a boundary. We need to be clear about what it is that we want. Because I feel like you guys don't want that. You guys might be ready to get suckered into it because you're like, oh, well, this person, they're like, oh, yeah, well, we didn't have a title, blah, 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 so I'm single and I can do what I want. Don't get suckered into that bullshit. Blocked. Yeah, you have to set a boundary there, is what I'm getting. Yeah, same mistake. Don't fall for it. Like, if this is something that has happened already in the past, yeah, feel like you have to hold your feelings back or vice versa because you're like, oh yeah, well, we agreed that we're just friends with benefits, but like, no, it's time to, you gotta have to set a boundary. Like, if you know that that's not what you want, you have to be honest with that person and with yourself that this is not what you want. That's what I'm picking up on. As you will keep on repeating the same shit over and over again. Been there, I know. Oh, there's no title, so it is what it is. I can't really be mad at this person if they're doing their own thing, but once you go past a certain point, there is a conversation to be had, and boundaries need to be respected, right? Yeah, don't do it to yourself. Do not do it. Yeah, exactly. If it's not what you want, don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. It's one thing if that's what you agreed to. Hey Garfield, how are you? Yeah, love is love, like if that's what you want, but it needs to be agreed upon. Like you can't do it for somebody else because, oh well, I don't want to ruffle feathers, or I don't want to make them feel rejected, or I don't want to hurt their feelings. Like fuck that. What about your feelings and what you want, what you need? Your needs matter. Because I'm not getting this as you. I'm getting this as somebody who's putting you in this position. No thanks. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, you need to feel emotionally safe. And if you don't feel emotionally safe, then it's time to make a move to a different situation or person or whatever. Yeah, because that no strings attached shit gets really convoluted real fucking quick. And it becomes a whole entanglement. Ask Jada Pinkett Smith. Um, like, no, fuck that. Nah, that shit's for people who can handle that. Not everybody can handle that. So if you need true emotional attachment, like in a positive way, you need to feel emotionally safe with the person. This ain't what you want. Yeah, because you're gonna just end up heart fucking broken. New deck. Um, yeah, no. And again, I was picking up on like this because it started off very, very platonic, coffee cup. That's just literally like just friends chilling or whatever. And then maybe it could get to that point where it's like, okay, wait a minute, there's something here. Attraction, whatever, and then it becomes like friends with benefits and all that, and then it's like the whole there's no strings attached, right? Like we're just doing our own thing, like we could both do what we want, and then it's like the thing is like they want, to have like, girlfriend, boyfriend, um, that's what I'm looking for, benefits, but they don't want to put a title on it. Fuck you. Now you just evoked these emotions in me, and I'm supposed to just be okay with the fact that we're fucking like rabbits and stuff like that, and there's all these feelings here, but we don't act upon them because we are doing our own thing individually. Fuck that. Again, some people can handle those kind of relationships. Some people can actually be in like actual quote unquote committed. What is it called? It's called for some people who are in like in that poly life. It's it's um it's not infidelity. What the fuck is the word? God damn it! Come on, spirit, work with me here. Because I know what it's called. Because there's monogamy and there's non-monogamy. So it's like there's a prefix though here. It's like fuck, what it's called. It's gonna piss me off, but I can't remember the fucking term. Um, got it. I think I got it. Like I think it's called like ethically monogamous or non-monogamous or something like that. I think that's what it's called. Ethic, because like polygamy is like the whole thing, but there's branches underneath polygamy. So I believe what I'm trying to get at here is something called something along the lines of like ethically non-monogamous. So it's basically saying, and like I said, this is a branch under polygamy where you know that your partner or your person or whatever, you're in an actual committed relationship, but neither one of you guys are monogamous with each other. You still sleep with other people, whatever. You're both aware of it, but you're still doing your own thing. And the reason why it's called, or it's the word consensual. That might be it. It might be consensual. That might be it. Consensual non-monogamy. So you consent to the fact that you know that this person, even though they're your boyfriend or girlfriend, your partner, your husband, your wife, whatever, you know that they are with other people, and you're okay with it, and vice versa. You consent to that. Crazy. I couldn't do it. No, thank you. I thought about it because I loved somebody that much where I was like, okay, I told them, I was like, I don't think I can personally do that, but I love you. And I feel like if that's really what you need, then I might be able to oblige. And I might need a drink after fucking talking about that shit. I was like, yo, I got my little bag of nips that I got the other day. Oh man, I need a drink after that one. Ooh, loaded child. If y'all need a drink too, go ahead and get you a drink or smoke a fat one, whatever you need to do. Because wow, the tea is hot. Somebody's going through this. What the fuck? Mm-mm. Ooh, child. I can't even just sip that nip. Usually I sip my nips now. I had to take that one as a form of a shot. What the fuck? Somebody's going through this shit. Oh my goodness. Damn. But yeah, like I said, like, and my girl just said it, different strokes for different folks. Everybody's got, what they want as their relationship ideals, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm getting that the people who end up watching this, if this love portion of this reading resonates with you, you're in a similar situation to what we're seeing here, and it's like you're like, yep, see, look, coffee cup is here again, official. And the funny thing is, it's like, and I'm getting something very interesting here. Let's put it like this. I'm getting this person proposed this idea, right? And you're like, don't really like it, but okay. And the thing is, they're watching now. It's given like you don't want to do this. You're not comfortable with it. But if you were to do it, they'll be watching every move you make, and then they will get jealous. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. Then all of a sudden they want some kind of a real commitment with you. It's like, yeah, no. Yep. You have a picture here. They might look at your pictures. Engagement ring. See, it's almost given like they don't expect you to be able to go with that whole thing. But if you were to do it, that's when they're going to be like, oh wait, no, I can't allow them to do that. Now I want a real commitment with them. Like, yeah, no, you said that it was okay if I see other people, right? So yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, let me know that if that resonates. That's for somebody. Let's get a couple more from here, Spirit. Yeah, nah. If it don't sit well with your spirit, don't do it. Yeah. And I think the reason why that this person, if this resonates with you, they're like this because they're a runner. They don't like the idea or the feeling of being too emotionally attached to a person. So what they do is they run away, and this is their way of running away. They still want to have all the benefits of having somebody who they really like and care for. It's like giving, like, the dangling the carrot kind of thing. It's like, at least you're in my life. You should be okay with that. Like, nah. Like, I need more than this. We're at this weird space and point now where I need more than just, breadcrumbs. Not today. Not today. It's almost given like the chaser becomes the runner now. Yeah. You had to experience something. And now, again, this person, like, when they start to see you saying, fuck that, I'm not doing this dumb shit. Yeah. I'm not getting enough out of this connection. And I refuse to feel like I'm not enough for you because of the fact that you have to go outside of our relationship or whatever the fuck this is to get your rocks off. So if any of you guys have dealt with that sense of, feeling bad about yourself because of this kind of thing, like, what's wrong with me? Am I not, pretty enough, or am I not handsome enough? Am I, my boobies aren't big enough, my ass ain't big enough, my stomach's not flat enough? Is it the opposite of that? Like, I'm confused. I don't know. Something's wrong with me, and that's why you feel the need to get attention outside of this relationship, or vice versa, right? Like, if you're the guy, and you feel like you're going through this, am I not tall enough? Am I not handsome enough? What's wrong with my body? Right? There's something that I'm not able to provide for you that makes you feel like you have to seek validation or more connectivity outside of this relationship. And now I feel like I'm not good enough. Take the messages as they resonate. But yeah, no more of that. You are good enough. You deserve somebody who's going to meet you where you are. If this is what you want, that's one thing. That's completely different. But I'm getting that the people who end up watching this is not what they want. You deserve more. You deserve more. One more from here, Spirit. I wasn't even looking to reading into love because I wasn't really picking up on love, but I feel like Spirit was like, nope, we're gonna bring this message to the center, the forefront. Yeah, not enough is here again, officially on the spread. Shit. Yeah, that's gonna cause A separation. That's going to be the thing that's going to cause this to not work. Like, I can't be dealing with somebody and involved with somebody who I know damn well I deserve more than what I'm receiving here. I don't want breadcrumbs. I can't do it. I can't agree to this. I thought I might have been okay with just getting a. I'm getting like a Guy, the song. You can have a piece of my love. It's waiting for you. Girl, it's true. I do love you. It's giving me that, but this allows you to spread your wings and fly on, baby. Because there's somebody who's gonna treat you right. Evolving and growth. New phase, healing inner child, releasing the past. You're not about to sit there and stay stuck in that old stagnant ass energy, feeling like you're not good enough. Shit, baby, you are. Yep, you're about to have fun, do your own thing on your own accord, right? But not because you're trying to, seek validation. You're just doing your own thing, having fun. You might finna be outside. I don't know why I'm picking up on this. I see it very vividly. Somebody might be getting ready to go to like an all white event or something soon. It is summer. It is the season, like on a boat or whatever. I'm getting something like that. Rooftop cafe type, lounge type shit. Like really nice thing. And if it's not like all white, but I'm picking up on all white, I literally can see all of this, right? It's just gonna be like a really nice setup. Maybe I'm definitely getting something by like water or something like that. Cafe lounge type shit. And like it's gonna be like mad cool, calm, collected. Like everybody's having a good time, having fun, dressed up, looking good. And that might be where you might meet a new person. And just saying, something might pop up. I'm not saying y'all gonna smash or anything like that, but if you do that, shit, what you want. But the point is, it's like, again, it's really given. Just make sure if that's what you're doing it on your own accord, and you're not doing it because you feel pressured into it. There's nothing wrong with doing your thing. Like whatever you want to do is your body, your choice. Man, woman, doesn't matter. Like it's your body, your choice. But just make sure that people are not playing in your face when it comes to your emotions. What the Doja Cat, right? Play my pussy, don't play my emotions. Just saying. Spirit said it, not me. Doja Cat also said it, not me. Not my words. Play with my pussy, don't play with my emotions. Like, I just want to hear that song. That's my shit right there. I do like Doja Cat. But yeah, like nigga, please. Like, bitch, please. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we ain't about to play these games. Like, cause I could give this good dick, this good coochie to somebody who gonna actually fucking welcome it into their life and like, appreciate this shit. Cause god damn it, you're acting like I ain't good enough, and I know I am. I ain't gonna keep getting breadcrumbs like that. That's what I'm getting, yo. That's what I'm getting. Yo. I'm just saying, I'm getting that for somebody. All right, so we're gonna look at the truth oracle real quick. Yes, ascending, level up, promotion, progress. Robes. Some of you guys might want to, girls, might want to use your robes. You're trying to preserve that good. Not be giving it away to fuck boys. Passionate love, thorns and short. Fuck that. You don't need to be freaking giving out your goodies to the wrong people. You know what I mean? And you can do your own thing. I'm just saying. Spirit's like, fuck that. It's too good to be just giving it out like candy, Gotta work for it, bitch. Gotta work for it. Alright, Spirit. Y'all funny on this one. That's why y'all told me to take a sip, huh? Because now we're getting, like, it was getting all serious and shit. They're like, oh, we're gonna do some comedic relief parts of this reading. Addiction. Oh shit. We have addiction here. It says drug, alcohol, obsession, and toxic attachments. Ooh, child. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, I'm getting like love addiction, sex addiction. Like, to me, I'm gonna be. maybe I should keep that part to myself. I, because I don't like to be judgy. I really don't like to be judgy. But I'm gonna say it. Okay, whatever. I might lose some people on this one. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be honest. I personally do believe that people who are into the whole poly life thing, I do feel like this is a form of like sex and love addiction. Because you should be okay with one person. That's just my personal opinion. Because to me, it shows like a lack of self discipline. I'm just being honest. Don't delete me. Message, communication records, call records, instant messaging. I'm also getting like that's like a separate message, but I'm also picking up on this person that could become addicted to you, and they miss you. Like they might be getting to a point where it's like, damn, they're realizing, oh shit, I thought I'd be okay without them. I could sow my wild oats freely if I wanted to, but now they're like, wait a minute. Stop. Wait a minute. You done got my heart all up in it. Like, they might come in with some messages, realizing they made a mistake. Government, she's on done. She said this is high craft fish, boo. I'm done. Exactly, right? We gotta shit. Velveeta shells and cheese, bitch. You know how much that used to cost back in the day? My parents didn't buy that all the time. And when you hear that stir, shit. Stir the pot, baby. But again, play my pussy, don't play my emotions. I'm just saying, we get a little nitty gritty over here, but it's okay. It's giving like dark femme a little bit over here too. Yeah, because you got some talents. Okay, that they like. Born with features and personality. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I just heard that. If you know, you know. Yeah, you got talents that you know you can showcase, and they like it, and they're realizing, damn, nobody can do it like. Bet you can't do it like me. Nope. Bet you can't do it like me. It's like it's giving me that. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all got some talents, and y'all ain't the one to fuck with. So you go ahead and mess those you go ahead and mess those ties up if you want to. That's on you. You're gonna miss out on all the things. All the things. And it's like, now they're like, damn, this shit's mad boring, bro. Like, I need the collective bag. Like, what the fuck is this? Pussy dry, dick small. Like, I'm getting, this is not good. 1 minute man, like, you know, lip noodle if she just lays there. Like, I'm getting shit like that. For the men and the women, you know, we're going, you know, it's both, right? We gonna just sit there just for the girls. Like, nah. I read for the men and the women. Shit's trash, bro. Spirit is saying all this, by the way, guys. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, Spirit's funny as well. You know, it's funny. Like the song that's playing in the background right now, it has the same like it's very low, but all I hear is like the low end of the song, and it's giving like. Let me know if any of you guys are Steely Dan fans. But I'm hearing the song "Dirty Work" by Steely Dan, and it's I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah, I don't wanna do your dirty work no more. It's like, you know, it's about a cheating ass woman woman. You heard that right? Who whenever her man is out of town, she calls the person who comes and cleans the pipes, if you know what I mean. And, you know, lays it down. And he's like, I'm tired of, you know, being treated like this. Like, I'm also hearing another song, but let me finish the narrative I'm picking up on. Like, they only call when they want that pipe laid, and they're realizing like, look, I need more than this. I have more dignity than this. I can't do all this dirty work for you. Can't do it. The other song I just picked up on is Only When You're Lonely by Genuine. Interesting. I am your man, but only when you're lonely. If I was to bounce, that's when you'd want me. Right? And that's literally what we're seeing here. Sheesh! Time to change it. Time to change it. We did see another card with like a butterfly, didn't we? It might have been like in the deck. But yeah, transformation, newborn, and evolution. Change it up. Welcoming in the right thing. Fuck this. Interesting. I would love to have a deeper conversation with you about that, sister. Right, and that's I guess maybe that's my thing because I feel like a lot of it. My girl, she is AKA She Radio. She was saying, how like I'm definitely entitled to my opinion. However, you know, there are people who can, have multiple people who they love and they love them for different reasons. And I love having these conversations. um, Maybe it's just the way I love. I can't personally do it. And like I remember the person who I was with who, tried to explain it to me. I was like, I don't think I can. I really, like I said, I was like, okay, I think I'm going to do this for him. Again, for him, not for myself. And again, this could be my own insecurities or something like that where I'm like, well, what makes me not good enough where I can't satisfy everything? Because I know I'm good at what I do. So I will fuck you like a porn star if you're my man. Just saying, like, and I'm gonna cook for you. I'm gonna do all those things. Like, I practically act like a damn wife, and then some. You know what I mean? And I'm like, so what's so wrong with me that you feel like you need to have love from different people? What is this? But that's why I love the dialogue, right? That's what we do here. We open that dialogue, to be able to talk about these things. So my girl, she's like, well, no, it's possible. I'm like, is it though? I don't think I can do it. Because like for me, like when I'm thinking about love, I'm like, okay, even if there's something like there's a gap there somewhere, I'm like, look, I love this person. Okay, just me. I love this person wholeheartedly, even where there are shortcomings. I can look past the shortcomings because of the love. As long as it's not like a deal breaker kind of thing. Like, there are certain things that I might, want or whatever, desire. But if they can't provide it for whatever reason, or they don't provide it for whatever reason, I've learned, I guess, how to overlook it. I don't know. So I mean, it's a question to myself, right? It's like a shadow work journal prompt or something. I don't know. But see, again, this is the thing I love about what we do here. There are people who have their opinions on different things, topics like what we're talking about right now versus religion, and we talk about all the things on here. So I love that. And I love that one of my sisters are like, they're like, wait, no, girl, wait, hold up, let's think about it, let's talk about it. I'm like, okay, so challenged, I like it. She said, and pimping, and yes, that's true too. mm, that's also true. Like I remember, like the person who I was with, like he said that he was like, monogamy, is it even realistic? And I'm like, what do you mean? This is realistic. And like he said, he's like, well, think about it. Aren't we animals and very primal? And I'm like, technically yes. Aren't there itches that need to be scratched? I'm like, yeah. Does a person's partner always scratch all of those itches? And I'm like, not always. And he was like, exactly. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you're gaslighting me, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? But I thought about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, technically we are animals. We're very primal. But then I used, but we also have free will slash the the ability to do reasoning. Animals don't do that. Like actual like regular animals. That's what separates humans from other animals. And he was like, that's also very, very true. So I was like, so we do have the choice to be able to, hone in on that primal instinct versus, using reasoning and being able to hone in on wanting to be monogamous. And then he went on to say, understood, but at the same time, that are you feeling fully satisfied when you do that? And I'm like, ooh, got me on that one. And I'm like, well, I still feel like I just have to just like let things be. They're like, I'm sure he said to me, he's like, oh, I'm sure there's things that I can't do for you that other people can. And I'm like, I mean, there could be some truth to that, but I mean, whatever. Like, no, I'm fine with that. Like, and then he was like, I'm sure somebody had a bigger dick than me. I'm like, whoa, what are we doing here? I'm like, that could also be true, but like, that's besides the point. And it became like a dialogue. And I'm just like, point of the matter is, I'm not personally okay with that. But at the time, like I said, I did entertain the idea for his satisfaction in the relationship to do that for him because I loved him that much at the time. And I'm just like, is this really what I want though? And it wasn't what I wanted. Because I would prefer a monogamous relationship. So it's interesting, right? Like I said, I love talking about these things. Like I noticed I lost a lot of people when I started talking about this. I went too deep into it. I should have known better. But yeah, that's what we do here, and it's fine. um, that's true. If I'm not mistaken, Aid, I believe is your name. Hey Aid, how are you? I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe certain primates are monogamous, like for life partnerships. Um, and keep in mind, supposedly we're like the closest to primates, right? So, but I think there's other species too that they are monogamous and exclusive with a partner for their whole life, which is very very interesting. It's again, it's a very interesting topic, right? Like, it's one of those things, It's definitely one of those things. Oh, Swan is another one. Interesting. I like it. Like I said, I love learning new things. I love talking about these things. Um, Interesting. Got it. Yeah. See, I gotta talk to you, girl. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah. Um, I personally can't. Like I said, it's just one of those things. Like, it's definitely like based on what you need, your desires for a relationship and stuff like that. So, all those different things. And that's also true. Yeah. Keep in mind, as women, right, we were always looked at as a piece of property, or females as a piece of property, right? Also, very, very important to recognize in terms of like, the whole idea of marriage. I'm well aware of that as well. It's just, uh, but I am getting that for some, it just ain't gonna work. Because it is definitely dependent on what it is that you desire and what you need, what you want. Because some of those affairs and third party situations just don't suit you. But again, we have silence, keep secret, coercion, and hint. As long as you're doing it for the reasons that suit you, is what I'm picking up on. Yeah. That honesty is important because there are the people who lie, right? There are people who lie and all of that stuff, and that's very different. Like if you're lying about it, or you're trying to manipulate somebody into doing something that they're not comfortable with, that's coercion and all that. Like that's a very different thing than it's an agreement, right? And like Lati also said, like whatever floats your boat, because there's like there's was it polyamory? I believe is what it's called. Women who have multiple husbands, right? Flip the script a little bit. We don't see that too often. We see poly men who, have multiple wives and all that stuff. But I think it's polyamory if I'm not mistaken. Um, if any of you guys are well versed in knowing that particular terminology, let me know in the comments. Because apparently I got my people who they like that. Like, let me play you one game like that. I'm like, okay, I'm all for it. I trust you guys. You guys know your shit. You're well educated, and that's the reason why I love my peoples. They know their stuff, and they're like, yeah, nah, let's talk about it. I'm like, okay, shit. Put me in my place. My hair look crazy. It's the humidity. It did not look like this the other day. Now it's just like a poof ball. At this point, I might as well just wear it in like the actual fro. But anyway, yeah, polyandry. Yes. Yep, exactly. And like you said too, Lati, like consent matters, and that was the thing I was saying too. Is like whatever works for you personally, I can't do it. But I guess the question also becomes, well, why? Why can't you? You know what I mean? It's like, why can't you do it? Is it because of conditioning? Were you conditioned to believe, especially as a woman, that you can't have multiple partners and be with one person? Because men do it all the time. Even in the Bible, right? They have their concubines and a wife. Like, that's a whole nother conversation, right? But it's like, whew, that up. I got disconnected for a second. Hopefully you guys didn't miss too much. Yes, dark feminine energy. And is it even really truly dark feminine, or is it just us being, in our true essence? New conversation. Huh? Yeah. Wow. that got a little steamy too. I'm like, damn. That was a way different love reading than I was expecting it to be. I didn't know where it was going to go. I'm thinking it's going to be the typical, oh yeah, they thinking about you and they might come back. That went completely different. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Again, don't let nobody sucker you into those kind of relationships. If you want to do it, you want to do it. But do it for yourself too, not just for them. Nothing inherently wrong. Yeah. But choose that direction that you're going into in your own way. Relocation. I'm not even going to read all of that. But like, I'm going to read it. Why did I say remotely? Somebody might get ready to work remotely. Interesting. Maybe you're going for, like, the relocation could be working from, an office or something on site to relocating to home. Question mark. Let me know if that resonates. Or just relocating in general. I did pick up on an energy of moving, empowerment. You're feeling empowered right now. And I would love to be on your podcast, sis. I would love that. That would be so cool. Exhausting. This shit's fucking exhausting. That would be so cool. I would love that. Oh, speaking of which, check out She Is Too. She is radio, or sorry, She Radio. Hey, blessings, what up, girl? Hey, girl, hey. Yeah, check her out too. This is the same person that has Intuitive Interactions, but that is from her podcast um, channel. Check her out. Like I said, my girls, dope ass energy. You will not regret it. I love them so much. We have unfortunate loss here, but keep in mind, like, not everything that we lose is actually a loss, right? Like, there are things that are going to help us, like, kind of come up and regain. Yeah, finding your place. It helps us find our place in life. I'm just gonna read intuitively from here because I'm getting drawn to do it that way. Yeah, it gives you a second chance at, a new lease on life is what I'm getting. Like, you don't have to always be stuck in confined to your circumstances, right? And that this is not a love reading anymore, by the way, guys. I should have said that. I just kind of segued into the ending of this reading, but yeah, family trees here. You know, And I did say, I was picking up earlier, like, you know, you might ruffle some feathers, like in the family dynamic and stuff like that. People who are going to be blown away about some of the choices you're about to make. And that's fine. It don't fucking matter. This is your own business. It's your own business. Yeah. This is a time maybe to collaborate with some people. We talked about that too. As we were talking about like building new relationships, networking, I picked up on all those things earlier. Putting those pieces together, right? Like you have all these gifts and shit, and you're like, damn, what do I do with it? It's time to put them together and make something new. Yeah. Yeah, it's a blessing in disguise. Everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen, right? And sometimes we don't always understand the reasoning behind it. But again, it gives us a sense of empowerment to move forward. That's what I'm picking up on. So two more from here, Spirit. And I have two more decks to read from, and that'll be the end of the reading. Golly, this was a good one. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. And if you did, too many, way too many. But we do have great vision here. um, yeah, you're a visionary, right? And this is going to clear up that vision, right? You know, those blind spots and stuff that you might have had. Nah, it's clearing up. You're going to start seeing things a lot more clearly as you realize what it is exactly at this time that you're meant to do. In different areas, apparently, right? Because we did a little bit of a segue with that love reading. I was not expecting that. I'm telling you, I was expecting it, like I said, to be like the typical, oh, they're going to come back. We're thinking about you. No, that was way different. That was like, whoop, went over my head. I'm like, damn. Did not even expect that to go that way, but Spirit wanted me to pull from there for a reason, and they're like, "Hey, by the way, let's talk about this." So I'm like, "Okay, say less." What is this? Yeah, this came out in a challenging position. It was like this on the floor just now. They're like, there are agreements that have to be made. Like, you can't just do things willy nilly. Yeah, because the thing is, if people don't honor what the agreement is, whatever this is pertaining to, yeah, it's not a cause for celebration. Yeah, exactly. Expect the unexpected, girl. Exactly. Um, Especially when you just kind of do a blind reading, you don't know what the hell's gonna come up. It's not like I was like, ooh, we're gonna read about specifically this. I just wanted to see the energy for this strawberry moon. That was it. But this is what's coming up. Um, but yeah, this is definitely giving like Three of Cups in the reverse vibes. Like there are certain people that you're gonna have to, even in your own like friend group and community and stuff, you might have to sever ties with. Is what I'm getting. Yeah, you want to see the fruit of your labor come together in a different place, possibly. And these are mirrored numbers too, because this deck does have doubled up numbers. So there's two of each number, but they represent different things. So we have 30 here, and then we have 30 here as well. The fruit of your labor coming together here in the middle of the deck. Some of you guys might be thinking about relocating to Georgia or already live in Georgia. Let me know in the comments. That seems very, very specific. Or you have some type of ties to Georgia. Let me know. Hmm. Yeah, I need me a handyman. Come fix these pipes and stuff. One more. Um, Higher self, stepping into your higher self. Love it. Yeah. You might be having a hard time stepping into it. Maybe that's why the card fell down when I was trying to show it to you guys. But like, I'm gonna read it because I think Spirit is guiding me to do so. Um, your higher self watches over you, a timeless aspect of your soul that knows the way. When doubt cloud your visions. Turn inward and ask, what insight does my higher self have to offer? Yeah, humidity here, bro. This twist out does not look like it did this the other day. I'm like, at this point, I should have just let the fro, man. I put all that effort into, trying to make it look a little bit more presentable. Well, yeah, should have just stuck with the fro. power struggle here on the bottom. He's cute. I know that's not a real person, but he's cute. Tell me that's not a nice face right there. Like if that was a real person, he came into a bar and I was single, like, dang. But I'm not single, so I would just look and be like, can't look over there. Control and influence are being tested. Interesting. Be mindful of who holds the power in this situation. I like that. Are you leading with integrity, or are you being led by someone else's agenda? Ooh, child. What? Especially with what we were just talking about? Well, shit. Wow. Are you leading with integrity, or are you being led by someone else's agenda? Very, very, very important. Blessings, you're funny. I can't with you. That's a good one. Yes, and ooh, Eric Benet, he still look good as hell, especially with his like the pepper gray locks though. Ooh. I love me a man with locks. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a weakness for me. A man with locks. Oh my god, gets me every time. But I've learned how to temper myself, my friends. So anywho, we do have financial stress, and we talked about like financial stuff before, like earlier in the reading. And again, it's just that energy of like, understanding that, there are going to be these different stressors and things that come into your life. Nothing wrong with that. Isn't he though? Yeah, Eric Benet. That's a fine motherfucker right there. I'm like, yo, him and Halle Berry were such a beautiful couple though. Like how? Well, she's with Van Hunt now, and he's fine as fuck too. I'll give it to her. Yeah, I mean she has good taste in men in terms of looks. Maybe not character, but good turn in terms of looks. And remember, wasn't Eric Benet like a sex addict and all that? Maybe that's why they're kind of bringing us to that. Like they're like, yeah, they be looking good as fuck. But they got their stuff going on. Like like if again, if you're on the same page, it's fine. But like if they're trying to bring you into something that is not you, that's a whole different thing. Yeah. So consent, very important. No matter how fine they are, because damn, that's a fine motherfucker right there. I ain't gonna hold you. Even like the dude that she married, the one that she has her daughter with, who might I've talked about this on the channel before, but I haven't talked about it in a long time. My son dated Halle Berry's daughter. Not long, it was probably like a few months or something. It wasn't crazy, but like my son, when he lived out in LA because they went to the same school, she was 1 year behind him, but they did date for a little bit, and he was like, no. I was like, oh, that's not shocking at all. But yeah, he was like, yeah, nah. She started getting possessive early, and I'm like, oh, she won't know. Okay, yeah, we did the right thing. And yeah, and then like she was trying to like, shatter like his friend group and stuff. It was getting a little bit weird, and he was like, yeah, I see what she's trying to do. Triangulation kind of things. Like, oh yeah, well I'm mad at him, so you can't talk to him, and like his friends still were like, nah, I'm still fucking with this guy. Like the girls and the guys, they're like, nah, Mike is mad cool. Like, I'm not gonna stop talking to him. Like, and she was like mad about that. But I think they ended up like squashing it and stuff later. But yeah, they did it. They did date for a little bit. They did date. Her name is Nala. So at first I was like, you're not dating Halle Berry. Sorry. And then I thought, I'm like, he doesn't even know who Halle Berry is at the time. He's like, yeah, he's like making this big fuss, like, it's Halle Berry's daughter. I'm like, he's like, who the fuck is Halle Berry? He didn't care. He didn't give two shits about that. He's like, who the fuck is Halle Berry? Because she didn't really put it out there like that. And so, like, he's like, people are like, oh, that's Halle Berry's daughter. And he's like, oh. And then he like did his own research. He's like, oh, that's Halle Berry. Wow. Okay, I can see why people are like making this big fuss about it. Like, that's Halle Berry's daughter. And in his mind, he didn't really care. He was like, she's just talented. Like she was doing like acting, and she also like had a nice singing voice. I think she was taking like piano too, like in the music department and stuff like that. So that's like kind of how they met. But it's just it's funny. It's like wow. But again, stepping into your power, guys. Woo. This reading was fun because like it started off like kind of serious and stuff. I'm like, I don't know where this is gonna go, but then when we got to the love reading part, I'm like, damn, this became like, you know, a little bit more. It was different. I'm like, I didn't know where this was gonna go. So we have surrender. This was in the reverse, by the way. Surrender your fear of intimacy is here. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. This was in the reverse. So I do feel like there's emphasis on this one because, again, like if, you know, maybe you were accepting things that you weren't really comfortable with, you know, because you're like, oh, well, maybe this is what I need to accept to be able to welcome in the love that I want. It's like that could cause some sense of frustration, right? You know, it's all about what you're comfortable with. But let's see what else Spirit has to say, because of course we now have two different dynamics going on, right? We got the stuff with the career stuff, but then we also have the love thing that came out in, which was a whole completely different fucking ball game. I wasn't expecting that at all. So I'm just like, oh, where is this going? But yeah, we shall see. Lots, you got the the eyeballs aside. Like, wait, what? Yeah, my son dated Halle Berry's daughter. They had pictures together too, but he was like, nah, I'm not putting them up there. You didn't put them on social media. I'm shocked. It's like, nah, I like to keep. He said, I like to keep my relationships private. I'm like, look at you learning. I wish I learned those things at that age. I was like, all willy nilly. Hey, I was like about 19 years old too when I was on Facebook originally. But his damn daddy, all that nonsense. But no, his dad's amazing though. That's like my best friend. But yeah, we were high school sweethearts, so of course there was a bunch of bullshit in college. But yes, we have surrender to joy here. It says the key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times, surrendering to more joy, or keep surrendering to more joy. So this is a time to have fun, right? Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Letting go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you own the power and you soar in your life. We did get that sense of like empowerment, right? Controlling that narrative about how you feel about yourself. Surrender to spirit. How many times would we say that during this reading, huh? Especially in the beginning part. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Wow. How's that for some confirmations of what we saw earlier? All right, spirit, let's get like maybe, I'm thinking two cards from this deck here, and then two cards from the last deck, just to close everything out. What do you guys need to work on surrendering at this time? What are you being called to surrender during this moon phase? Here's the most accurate message, please, Spirit. Start closing out this reading. Thank you. All right. Wow. Do we have that card here still? Yep. First card out from the first deck. Time for healing, balsamic moon. Surrender to complete healing as we're closing out this reading. Wow. Whew. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. It's a process, right? It's something that has to come together. Yeah, stop being fucking stubborn. Right? You can't keep resisting the changes, right? Yeah, surrender to the denial. Denial is a river in Egypt, my friends. Your belief in scarcity, maybe that's something you have to work on too, right? And I did I pick up on that earlier? I think I did. Like, I did. Like this energy of, not feeling like you have enough, right, to get through your circumstances. Like, life be hitting, and it's like, okay, well, I can't make these decisions right now because I'm going through all this stuff. But if you just allow for yourself to reconfigure how you think about your circumstances, stop thinking of it from a place of scarcity and lack, and move into a space of understanding that God got your back. The Most High, they have your back. They are guiding you for a reason. Stop being stubborn. They're trying to help, but you're not listening. And you're not allowing it to come through. Is what I'm picking up on. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. And trust me, I understand, because like I'm still working on that lack mindset too. That scarcity mindset. A big thing for me is reevaluating my relationship with money. Surrender your need to always be right. Ooh, I know how that goes. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid, right? We talked about rigidity. This will resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Yeah, some of you guys are really stubborn and y'all don't like to listen. And even if that relationship is not, it might not even be with like just people in your life. It could be with, even the divine. You're like, yeah, nope, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm just gonna turn a blind eye. They're like, we're trying to help and you're not listening. You know what I mean? Your spirit guides and shit, they're like, yo, what the fuck are we supposed to do to help you? Because you're not listening. We have surrender to the magic of who you are. I love that. Ooh, excuse me. You're a fucking unicorn, bro. You're a fucking unicorn. Look at this little unicorn hanging out in the back. As you're, dwelling on shit, looking down like, woe is me. Like, no, fuck that. You guys are fucking awesome. We all have magic in us. Even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with the uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Recognize that. Recognize your uniqueness and hone in on that. Channel that. Surrender your fear of intimacy is here. You are ready to let love and compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So remember, very, very early on at this point, or not like in the early parts, but that mid stage, right, when we started talking about the love part of the reading, like, there was this energy of, maybe some of you guys, entering into connections and relationships that you knew weren't really suited for you, out of maybe just feeling like, well, maybe this is what I'm meant to do just because, whatever. Fear of, committing to something wholeheartedly or whatever the case might have been, and accepting things that weren't really aligned with where you're trying to go is what I'm picking up on. Yeah. But you can't hold on to that. You can't be mad at people who made that decision too, right? For yourself. Whatever these decisions are, because they're going to look different for different people. Surrender resentments is here in the middle of the deck. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. Exactly. You can't hold on to that shit. For what? Who does that help? It doesn't help you. It doesn't help the next person, right? Kind of move forward. All right, Spirit. So we're going to get a couple of last messages from this deck, and that'll be the end. All right. Before I even do anything, we have energetic clearing here on the bottom of the deck. It says, during crises, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. And the fact that we just was talking about like fears and stuff like that. Wow. Ooh, loss. Divine flow. And reframe, and I talked about reframing the way you look at things. Wow. Well, let's see what Spirit has to say. That's the last messages to close out this reading. I hope you guys resonated and that you found this helpful. And if you're new to the channel and haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe, because I will be doing the free reading soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but if you hit that like button and subscribe and the notification bell, you'll know when I'm on doing that, because I take it very seriously when I do. And I'm not as how can I put it, inept, I guess, when it comes to that, as my girls are, Lati from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, and as well as my girl, she's not here at this time, but Aya Inspired Tarot. Those girls, I don't know how they do it, but they do personals and they read for hours at a time. I'm just like, how the fuck? Like, I can do it, and the thing is, like, they do it like once a week. I'm like, at least once a week, and I'm just like, how the fuck do they do like all these readings? It's amazing to me. I don't know how they do it, but they do. So I'm just saying, check my girls out. Check them out, because those girls, them girls is bad. Them girls is bad, okay? Michael Jackson bad, they good. Yeah, I can't do it that often. I probably can do it maybe once or twice a month. That's about it for me. I'll stick to the collectives for now, but yeah, I'll get there eventually. But the fact that they can do what they do, all the praise to my girls for what they do. So we have Reframe officially on the spread. This is happening for me and not to me. I say this a lot. Reframing the way we think about it, right? You know, life be happening, life be life, and we don't always understand where these blessings, my girl, the most amazing moderator ever. Yeah, those blessings. We don't always know what the hell is happening, right? But you know, when we reshape our frame of thought, right? We transmute that energy, we transform it. Those gifts start to come in. New things come in. We make that room that we were talking about, right? I'm also getting, you know, allow yourself to be an individual. You are an individual. You know, use your voice in a way. It's what I'm picking up on. I didn't read the card yet, but like using your voice, maybe. You know, the things that, you know, you're being guided to use your talents, right? Your individuality. You don't have to be like everybody else. Everyone has their own personalized study plan in this earth school. Yeah. So what does that look like for you? Reframe your way of thinking. You don't have to beat yourself up or anything like that. I'm good for that. I can tell you that right now. Confirmation as my phone is going off at the same damn time. But yeah, it's like, you know, you don't have to beat yourself up. You know, recognizing your own unique talents and things like that. And maybe that's why like that energy very early on showed up about the whole, you know, you have your talents, right? You're doing too much. Niche down and hone in on your own unique talents that will allow you to be able to kind of work on yourself and do what it is that you're being called to do at this time. I hope that makes sense. Um, yeah, understand your worth. You're worth it. You're worth it. You have been worthy to belong, to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So I'm getting self-love a little bit, you know, recognizing your worth, how great you are. I can dig that. You are unique. You are an individual, and you're worth it. What are you guys talking about? Aww. I love you guys. Yeah, I struggle with that. I ain't gonna lie. For me to be a Sagittarius, I am not a Sagittarius. Like, I don't act like one at all. Like, I am not like that gung ho. Like, yeah, got all this fire under my ass, and I'm so awesome. Like, no, not even close. Yeah, but I got maybe I need to clear that out. Maybe some of you guys need to do the same. Yeah. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's. Such freedom. Again, this isn't like when we're living in this 3D world, you know, everything is like me. woe is me kind of thing, right? We're talking about kind of reshaping that. You know, when we start to recognize that we're here for a bigger purpose than that 3D surface level shit, right? Yes, ego is going to obviously, we're in the 3D, right? We're living in this world. We don't have a choice in the matter in that regard. But, again, making sure that we're serving the Most High. When you learn how to let that part of things go, you step into your higher self, and then everything's going to just kind of mesh together. It's going to just feel right. That's important. Whatever that looks like. It's going to look like different things for different people. I'm definitely getting artists, though. We've been picking up on that energy a lot lately. Writers, anybody who uses their voice in some kind of way. Poetry, singers, podcasters. That's been showing up a lot. People who've been working on a book or something like that. Writing is definitely coming out too. I'm also getting like sculpting, molding, right? Molding things. Pretty interesting. Like I could see it. I could see people like in like an art studio and stuff like that. Doing like spoken word night type stuff. I'm seeing it like very vividly. I don't see faces, but I see figures and shapes. I can even smell like the atmosphere and stuff. I'm smelling like incense and stuff like that, and like I'm smelling like the smell of like clay, paint. Very interesting. Let me know if that resonates for any of you. Somebody needs to tap into their artistic abilities more, is what I'm picking up on. Extraordinary. You're a fucking peacock, goddammit. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. I'm hearing, your love is magical, that's how I feel. Michael Jackson. You gotta leave people speechless. What's the name of that song? Speechless. Your power that you can harness if you give yourself the ability and the chance to do it. No, you already have the ability, but give yourself the chance to do it. Honor the sanctity of who the fuck you are, bitch. I mean that wholeheartedly in a beautiful way, not in a bad way at all. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. Shit. You're not ordinary by any chance. Even the things that you think are ordinary about yourself, it's not. Be open to receive. Put out that gift, but be willing to receive something from that. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. You're being guided. Receive that message, baby. Be open to receive that message. They want you to step out of, the mundane and do something bigger. You deserve to do that. And remain humble in the process. I mean, shit. As I'm channeling Michael Jackson at the goddamn same time. I mean, this nigga, fuck, legendary. One of the greatest people to ever live, right? An idol, right? But he was very humble. Very humble. Like, even when he was, like, reprimanding, like, his band or something, like, you're not doing it right or whatever, he would still be like, I say this with love. Like, he would say shit like that. I say this with love. Let's do this. Let's do it better. We can do this. Like that's how he would talk to people. Like, he would speak life into them. That's why they loved working with him. Like, these are some of his band members worked with him for 30 plus years, from like the Bad era, Thriller era. Yeah, it's all in love. That's what he used to say, right? It's all in love. It's all in love. From like the This Is It, right? We really had a chance to see him in his element, right? And it's like, but that's who he was. He was very humble. Like, he knew that he was gifted and talented and all that, but he always wanted to strive to be better, and he wanted the people around him to do the same. So he breathed light into these people. These are people who still speak highly of him even now. He's been dead 17 fucking years, and they still talk to him or about him the same fucking way. you know. What does that tell you? Yeah, that humility, man. Be humble. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. We just talked about receiving just a second ago, didn't we? Let's get one more from here, Spirit, to close out this reading. I do hope that you guys resonated. Wow, this went on way longer than I was expecting. We got really into it, didn't we? A better fucking post. Remember what we talked about the other day, right, guys? Oh man, I'll fucking cry. And yes, Michael Jackson lives forever. That's my boy. Yes, and that's a good mentality to have. Blessings. You knew your worth. You're like, shit, you're lucky if you win me over. Deepening is here with that damn cat. My cat now is freaking over here sleeping and slumbering so perfectly. Little angel over here. I'm just like, you've been driving me nuts all goddamn day, and definitely during the earlier parts of this damn reading. But here we go. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, so some of you guys have lived many lifetimes, I'm getting, you're just learning through, this earth school, right? Your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. Yes. Learn the lessons needed to learn, and then let go of whatever needs to go as you deepen your connection with source and that connection that you're building within yourself. That's what I'm picking up on. Hope you're picking up what I'm putting down, baby. Uh, Guidance, right? They're moving you along. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, sorry, when you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. Follow where you're being guided. They're helping you along the way. Yep, again, finding that sanctity, right, within yourself, within spirit. Things might feel a little bit, out of balance or out of sorts, you know, even boring sometimes, but yeah, you're deepening that connection. Go with that flow. Some of you guys might like dolphins. I love dolphins. I think they're so cool. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with the calmness and peace. Yes. Woo! What a reading, guys. I really hope you guys resonated with that. I know there was a lot going on. It's a lot to bring in, a lot to channel. But I do hope that you resonated with it. Um, we went off the rails a little bit with that love portion because I wasn't even expecting a love portion of the reading. I brought out the cards just in case, and Lord knows that was quite the message. I still got to talk to my girls, and we might do a podcast about this because that is something worth talking about. You know, very interesting. All right, my lovies. Well, happy Monday, happy strawberry moon energy. I hope that, the things that came up in this reading are, helpful and meaningful to you because there was a lot to uncover. The main thing is just this energy of, as you're working on, healing yourself, working on yourself, right? You're also learning how to, let's just like look over those cards, right? Yeah, there are answers arriving. You're thriving. I just heard that. You know, if you're worried about, especially the financial aspect, for those of you who are recognizing or realizing that this part of your journey at this time during this cycle, it has a lot to do with like your career and finance. Like if the money aspect has been, a big part for you, understanding, your relationship with money and having a more balanced outlook and mindset about, scarcity versus, being plentiful. I'm getting that. I guess Ren agrees. Yeah, there are definitely, some fears and anxieties attached to it, right? Some stuff that might stem back pretty far. But as you guys start to recognize, how you can utilize your power to manifest what it is that you want, right? Release the things that no longer serve and bring in the things that do serve, bringing in new opportunities and things like that. Some of you guys might be thinking about working on your arts and stuff like that, and you know, you're going to start fine tuning your gifts and your talents a little bit more. Some of you guys might have, gifts when it comes to, you know, the super, not the supernatural, but like, you know, what we do here, right? The whole, you know, spiritual gift kind of thing. Some of you guys might be wanting to hone in on that a little bit more and just a little bit afraid, but things will work out. Whatever that gift is that you're working on. And for those of you who resonated with that love reading, oh my god, that's a whole different fucking ball game right there. We're not gonna go too deep into that. You might have to scroll through to get to that part of it. 'Cause, that was something. But nonetheless, yeah, brings us to our conclusion now. And with all that said, if you're new and you haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm on or when I post. And also when I end up, you know, doing the free readings and stuff like that, because, you know, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, you know, it gets, you know, it fills up quickly. And, you know, I want to make sure that I serve you guys the best way that I can. That's what I'm here for. That's my goal. So with all that said, I love you guys. Have a great rest of your evening, because it's still pretty early, huh? Yeah, it's only going here on the East Coast anyway. In the States, it's only going on 7 o'clock. I went on pretty early tonight. So, yeah. Until next time, my loves, probably tomorrow, more likely than not. You guys have a great rest of your day or your night. I just heard Michael Jackson, a little more Michael Jackson. Got me working, working day and night. You got me working, working day and night. Hold on. I'm so tired, I'm tired now. Y'all tired. Y'all motherfuckers tired. Y'all need to sleep. Get some sleep. Don't overwork yourselves. All right, guys. Bye, guys. I love y'all. Bye.